High above the living room floor, Stella, the gold leaf star, lived a life of lonely perfection. For 10 years, she had been the crown of the Miller family's tree, looking down at the blur of holiday activity from the very peak. She loved the glow of the lights, but from her height, the family felt like distant giants, and the other ornaments like tiny specks. That all changed on a crisp Christmas Eve when a tiny, mischievous kitten decided a low-hanging candy cane was a mortal enemy. The tree gave a sudden, violent lurch, and Stella felt her wire hook snap. "I'm a falling star! Make a wish!" she cried out, her voice lost in the jingle of ornaments as she tumbled through the branches. She slid down tinsel waterfalls and bounced off soft felt reindeer until she landed, thump, into the deep, snowy white wilderness of the shag rug. Shaken but unbroken, Stella looked up at the towering skyscraper of pine needles. "Ruined," she whispered, her wooden heart sinking. "Christmas is ruined if I'm not at the peak by morning." Just then, a rhythmic click-clack sounded from the shadows of the tree skirt. Out stepped Barnaby, a mahogany nutcracker with a chipped chin and a stiff, soldierly gait. He looked at the fallen star and chuckled, his wooden jaw snapping with every word. "Bit early for a meteor shower, isn't it, soldier?" he asked. Stella pleaded with him, explaining that she had to get back to the top before the sun rose, but Barnaby just shook his head. "The top is just a view, kid," he said gruffly, gesturing to the world beneath the branches. "Down here is where the story actually happens." As the night ticked on, Barnaby led Stella through the lowlands of the living room. Along the way, Stella saw things she had never noticed from the clouds. They found a tiny Lego astronaut, stranded and dusty behind a chair leg, far from his fleet. Stella didn't hesitate. She used her pointed limbs to help the little traveler back to his box, feeling a strange warmth in her chest that had nothing to do with the nearby fireplace. She began to see that the magic of the house wasn't concentrated at the top of the tree. It was scattered in the corners, in the shared help between toys, and in the quiet glow of the embers. As the first blue light of dawn crept through the window, Stella began to panic, fearing she would be swept away or forgotten. But then, the floorboards creaked. Little Toby, the family's youngest son, wandered into the room in his reindeer pajamas. He knelt down, his eyes widening as he spotted the gold star tucked near the rug. "There you are," he whispered, picking her up with a gentleness that made Stella's gold leaf shimmer. He didn't reach for a ladder to put her back at the lonely peak. Instead, he tucked her into a sturdy, warm branch right in the center of the tree, nestled between a handmade paper heart and a photo of the family. Looking out at the kitten sleeping by the fire and receiving a sharp, respectful salute from Barnaby below, Stella realized she wasn't the crown of the tree anymore. She was finally in the heart of it.